So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Andrew Ube, and I'm the founder of SoPro. I'm also a personal finance coach, and I'm a business coach. Some of you have interacted with some of my sessions, materials online. If you don't follow me, you can kindly follow me online at Andrew Ube. Follow what we're building. We're building a startup called SoPro for the fashion ecosystem in Africa. And GB plays a critical role in our team. So, but let me start. So, like I said, I believe everyone here is a business owner, right? What's that? Okay, I believe everyone here is a business owner. So you can go to the camera with help. I believe you can clean the lens first. I believe everyone here is a business owner, right? Is anybody that's not you don't, or you don't run any business, or probably you don't work anywhere, apart from just a few of my boys back here that probably are still in school. But I believe you are business owners. Okay. So eh? Okay, you are still in school. Okay. Fantastic. So we'll find out today. So the first question is, why is your business? This is a very brief session. Okay, I'll just start this off so that GB can do the practicals with you. So the first question is, why is your business stagnant? A lot of business owners think it's because of their product, right? Maybe if I get more money, I improve my product, my business will become better, right? But a lot of the times, it's not your product, it's your inability to get that product in the eyes of a larger number of people. So it's actually a problem of numbers, okay? Because business is actually a numbers game. The more eyeballs that you can get to be fixated on your product offerings, right, the more sales you can generate, the more conversions you can generate. So for a lot of business owners, it is not a product, it's not a problem of product. I know there's a place for where your product has not achieved product market fit, but mostly for many small business owners, it's not a problem of PMF, it's actually a problem of numbers. And if in case you are in this training and you are not thinking of doing big things, then I think you're probably in the wrong environment. But if you came here, I believe it's because you want to do big things. You want to do big numbers. Am I correct? You want to do big numbers. Because first, you must believe it's possible. It's possible that you sell this airport and make 100 million naira in sales. It's possible. It just means how many eyeballs can I get to see this so that they're interested in buying this. So it's a numbers game. If you're not selling enough, it's a numbers game. Now, for some people, some business owners see sales like, they treat sales like magic, as though sales is something they hope for. You see, in Nigeria, people open businesses and their sales strategy is morning devotion, praying, Father Lord, today bring customers as I'm coming, right? With no strategy on ground, right? They just open their shop and they sit down, fold their legs, and say, I'm waiting for customers. How many of you see business owners like that? They say, wow, sales is bad today, my brother, our customer did not come. Right? So that is not how to run businesses today. How you should run your business is to create a system that produces like a sales machine. A system that produces like a sales machine. A predictable system that you can turn on and turn off at any time. That when you say, I need to raise XYZ amount, you can just turn on that system and that system helps you raise that money. If you are done with that, you turn it off. So sales is more of a predictable outcome. So a great product, even if you have a great product, but you have a broken system, it will always lead to what? You having a leaky bucket, right? It's always a leaky bucket. It's just like pouring water into a leaky bucket, and it never stays. So there's something I'm going to teach you called the Pirate Framework, right? It's a 6-lever framework created by Dave McClure. Okay, it's a 6-lever framework. So I'm just going to run you through these 6 levers. Okay, it's called the Pirate Framework, and this framework is abbreviated with this AA. Give me this marker, please. AAARRR. So we call it the Pirate Framework because of it's called R. Somebody say R. Okay. So it's called a pirate framework because, of course, it sounds like what pirates say when they are chanting, going for a raid. Now, this pirate framework is a framework that if you can use to diagnose where the problem is in your business and what to fix right now. What to fix, because for some of us, you think what you need is more money if I get more money, my business will do better. No, for most people, it's not money you need. If they give you money, you still won't do business better. Okay, so A for this framework is awareness. Awareness, right? Is people knowing that you exist as a business owner. If people don't know your product exists, you don't have a business, right? So A is awareness. The second A is acquisition, meaning how do they give you their info? When people know you now that you exist, what do you take from them to keep them? Okay? What do you take from them to keep them? How do you get their info? Do you have a system of collecting people's contact details in your business? Whether you run a traditional business, in fact, what we do at SoPro, what bettered SoPro was because we wanted to help fashion business owners build a system that helps them collect data. Please, you can put your phone on silent. Collect data. So in your business, do you have a system of acquisition? Do you have a system of acquisition? So we're going to see where what exactly is broken in your business that causes a leaky sales system. The third A is activation. When people come into your business, how soon do they experience value? I don't know if you have ever messaged a vendor, right? They collected your info, you filled your info, for example, and it brought you into their WhatsApp, and you probably asked a question and it took them 3 days to answer. How many of you are saying things like that? So their activation system is broken. The duration of you being acquired as a customer and you being activated as a customer, that means experiencing the value, is too wide. In today's fast-paced world, people want things done sharp, sharp. If you see something online and you think you like it, you click, you want to get it immediately. If you don't get it within the next 5 seconds, there's another business owner that will get your attention. How many of you know that when you click an ad and you see something you like, you click it, and the vendor doesn't respond? If you go back online, Facebook will bombard you with other, because there is competition. So if the distance between acquisition and activation is wide in your business, you have a leaky sales system. You keep losing customers, even though you are what? Acquiring customers. So you need to shorten that gap. And we're going to fix that. I'm going to use probably somebody's business to do that practical. How can you move people quickly so that they experience the value that your business offers? I'll tell you a quick story. When we were planning, I was planning to get married. I wanted the services of a photographer, and I had asked around, and somebody told me this guy is the best person. A lot of people had told me that this particular person is the best person for the job. So I went to their Instagram and everything. I messaged them. I think it was Instagram or Facebook. I messaged them, right? Didn't respond. Second message again, I didn't get any response. Then I started looking for an alternative because I needed to meet a deadline. I started looking for an alternative. Then the algorithm started showing me a lot of other people. And I saw another guy that I really liked what he does also. I messaged him and instantly I got a feedback. He told me his rate and what it covers and when I can come book how to book a session with him. And immediately I booked that session. Guess what? That other guy, the first guy, replied me after 3 days. And by that time, I already booked with someone else. But that's not where it ends. Do you know that this same guy had given him, this second guy now that I got, that eventually got the job, I've given him multiple referrals. Multiple referrals. My elder brother's wedding, he covered it. My sister's anniversary, he covered it. And a lot of other of my friends. In fact, if you ask me for a photographer now, I probably will mention him. So you see, you lose one customer. It's not one customer you lost. You have lost a series because of what? When you acquire customer and when you activate them, it's what? The gap is too wide. Then after activation, the first R is retention. Do they come back for more, right? What is your system for making customers come back for more? We're going to handle that because some business don't have a system for making customers come back for more. Once you just collect customers' money, you abandon them, you move on with your life. It doesn't work that way. Now, if they come back for more, they are most likely to bring referrals, bring in other people. And that's what business owners want. You want that you no longer spend. Of course, Jeep is going to teach you a framework for the practical framework for building a funnel and everything for your business. But that is not how real businesses actually work. Because your ad spend as a business owner, if you know what you're doing, shouldn't be going up in the entire lifetime of your business. Actually, if you're doing your job well, your ad spend will be going down while your customer acquisition is going up. Why? Because your cost for acquiring customers is decreasing because you are satisfying previous customers. So they become what? Unpaid staff for your business. They are the ones carrying your business. They are referring other people. So you will discover that you begin to spend less on ads because your business now is now on autopilot. That's the kind of system you want to build. Excuse me. Then revenue. How do they pay you? Do you have a system of payment? Are you going to be collecting payment through direct transfers, through using PayStack? What's your payment gateway? Some businesses, when it's time to pay them, it becomes a problem. They send an account, say, oh, no, don't pay into this one, let me pay into this one. You don't even know the account you want to collect money in. You don't have a system for collect. So we're going to fix all that, right? So now I'm just going to move into explaining all this 6 framework in detail, right? We're going to pick them one after the other. We're going to start with awareness. And see, first thing I would like to state is that stop being the world's best kept secret. It's a business owner. You know, some people pride themselves with being the best at doing something, but nobody knows. If nobody knows you, are not the best. I don't care. You can be the best graphic designer, but if nobody knows, you are not. I used to tell people that nobody knows the best footballer. None of us know the best footballer. We only know the one that is displayed. Probably the best footballer in this world is somewhere in one village, knows how to, but is not known. Right? That is why Robert Kiyosaki said, there's no such thing as the best author. We only have something as the best selling author. Right? So no matter what you do, you must learn how to sell that idea. Put it in the eye of many people. Some of you keep your business a secret, as though your business is a secret court. Some of you are business owners and your page is private. Your Instagram page is private and you want to sell. You want Nigerians to trust you. Right? You want Nigerians to trust you. Now you say, I don't want to post myself because, these days they are kidnapping people, they are doing that. The people that are not posted, they are still kidnapping them. Right? So if you don't stop being the world's best kept secret. Stop being the world's best kept secret. Decide today that you are going to go global. That you are going to show up as a business owner. Every business today that I know is doing content. Every business that is doing well is doing content. Every business. Gone are the days that you say I'm a big, even big businesses are doing. So you are a small business. You want to compete. And it's easier for a small business to break into a market that a big business is already occupying. One of the reasons is that for a small business, you see, customer support, you are closer to your customer than a big business. I'll give you an example. MTN Fiber, they came to my estate. They offered it for free. There's this other fiber that also in my estate, Net Fiber. They are a small business. They only operate within my estate, right? I believe MTN is even their provider. I believe, but MTN brought their own. I collected their own. They installed it for me for free. I used MTN for a month and I dumped it. I switched over to the other guys. Why did I do that? I had problem with MTN fiber. I wasn't working for a few days. I called customer care. It took them so many days. I couldn't even get through to customer care. But this other business, I know the owner. I put a call through right now. They tell me a reason. If my fiber goes off, I get an email immediately. If I call the office, somebody picks. If I call MTN, nobody picks. So as a small business owner, you even have that advantage. You have that advantage. So stop being the world's best kept secret. So we're going to talk about visibility and perception because these two things are very important. It is not only good to be visible, you must also be perceived right. I know if you see people who are visible, but you see them, they have followers, but when they want to sell something, nobody buys. That's why so many of your influencers don't do well in business. They are influencers, but when they start a business, it fails. I'm telling you the honest truth, because being visible is different from being perceived as a person of value. They are two different things. You can be visible, but not perceived as a person of value. So visibility talks about volume. The number of people you get to see you is very important. You must get enough people to see you. So GB is going to show you a system of running ads so that more people can see you. More people can know you. Right? More people can know you. There's what is called an awareness campaign. I believe he's going to teach that awareness campaign, where you can just say something and run ads just because you want more eyeballs to know who you are. Because Nigerians buy from people they know, like, and trust. It's not just about running ads, right? You are most likely to buy from somebody you already know when you see their ad than a total stranger. True or true? You are most likely. That's why if you see an ad by somebody you already know, let's say an ad if you see an ad and you just hear, all right. Do you understand? So what happened? Because he's been visible prior to that, right? He's been in your faces prior to that. You are most likely to pay attention to that ad. But there are several other people you just scroll up, right? So running Facebook ads is not the only way. You need to find ways to maximize the attention you get. Okay. So while visibility talks about volume, perception talks about the value that you bring, right? Perception talks about the value that you bring. That when people see your content, they see that it is valuable. That you're not just in the faces of people, you're also considered as a valuable business owner. So you need both of them. You need to be both visible and you need to also be perceived as a valuable business, right? A valuable business. And the simple way of being a valuable business is to solve a problem. It's simple. Solve a problem. Don't build your business around your passion. Build your business around a problem, around a customer's pain point. Right? Value authority over likes. Authority over likes. If 5 people like your post, because some people stop posting because people don't get so much engagement. If 5 quality people liking your post is better than 1,000 non-quality people liking your post. 5 quality people. So it is about who likes your post. I don't know if you see some people when a celebrity likes their post, they frame it. Because it's about quality, social proof that this person likes what I am doing. So it's about quality. So don't focus on just having so many likes. Focus on being an authority. And if you play in any field, your goal is to be an authority in that field. That should be your goal. That should be your goal. So like I said, the goal is to be the only logical choice. The goal is to be the only logical choice in your niche before people even talk to you. There are several business owners people can buy from in that your industry. Why should it be you? Your goal is to become the only logical choice. That's why you must show up consistently. So that when somebody wants to make a buying decision, you are the only logical choice. You are the only logical choice. Now let's go to the next thing. Remember, in our R framework, we talk about awareness. The second one is what? Let me see those who are following. So, acquisition. Okay. So this is more like a funnel. I wish this board was clean. So, but let me draw the funnel. We have 6 of them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So awareness falls here. Is awareness. The next one is what? Acquisition, right? Then we have activation. Then for these 3, they are mostly interchangeable based on your product. Some people, the first one we said was what? Retention, right? Some people, before retention, there's revenue. That's their business generates some revenue. People pay you first before you even try to retain them. So there's referral and there's revenue. So these 3 are in this framework, they are mostly interchangeable. Now the goal is that if you become if 1,000 people find you, right? You are visible to 1,000 people. 1,000 people find you. Now acquisition talks about them exchanging what? Their contact details to you for something. So while awareness buys you attention, acquisition is a system for owning that attention. So you don't just buy attention, you own it. You don't just get people to see you. Your video went viral. It has 100K views, or it has 300K views. 300K views, but none of those people entered into your funnel. You have just wasted those eyeballs. So that is where acquisition comes in. You now need to have a system. It could be a simple form that you take name, phone number, email, a simple system. Because just like GB stated, all social media platforms are rented platforms. You don't own them. One day, they can just kick you out. Mark can say, I don't like your face anymore. And they ban your account. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So you must build your own system. And your own system is this that you are collecting, people's details. You can transfer it into a new system. You can call them on the phone. You can use email marketing program to reach them. So acquisition is a system of turning awareness into owning that attention that awareness gives you. So let's say 1,000 people are aware of your product. In acquisition, most likely, you have maybe like 600 of them filling your form. If you do your job well with awareness, right? If you create valuable content, if 1,000 people see it, most likely 600 of them or 500 of them will give you their contact or something. So don't just be creating content for the content's sake as a business owner. You are not a content creator. Of course, businesses create content. That's the difference between a business owner and a content creator. A content creator creates content for content's sake. A business owner creates content for business sake. So your end goal, remember your end goal is what? Revenue. That's where you are headed. You are not hoping for revenue from the platform. No. If the platform pays you, good and fine. But even if the platform doesn't pay you, you already have your own system for keeping those customers. That is where you build what? Simple contact form that helps you to own that attention. These people becomes your own. This is where community comes in. Here you are building a community. You are building a closer rapport with these people. And this is what we call a lead. We call it a lead here, right? We call it a lead. So a lead is a permission slip to solve someone's problem. When a customer gives you their contact details, what they are saying is that they are giving you a permission, the permission to say, solve my problem. You said, because in awareness, what you did was that I have the solution to your problem. So, oh, you have a solution. Okay, take my contact details. Solve it for me. That's what they are saying to you now. So somebody has given you the permission as a business owner. So we're going to take an example. What kind of business do you run? Yes. And can you name anyone? Fabric Embeddings. Bedsheets. Okay. So let's say fabric now, right? Okay, let's say you started creating campaigns, awareness campaign on the kind of fabrics. Maybe you come and say there are 3 types of fabric. It's cotton. You are telling us they want to wear during heat period. Don't wear this type during heat. You take advantage of those kind of content. You've created awareness. Now, in acquisition, you cannot bring us into a private community. You want to come into my private community where I provide daily guide on what to do and what not to do, the kind of fabric to use. Fill this form, right? Or click the link in my bio. You see all those people on Instagram where they say, comment this and I'll send it to you. What they are doing is acquisition. They are giving the value. They know not everybody will comment, but if you comment, they send you. You have entered into their close community. So tomorrow, even if the platform blocks them out, they have you in their close community. They can tell you from their close community, follow me again. You get it? So this is very important. Now, from acquisition, remember I said the strategy is to exchange massive value for their contact information. That's your strategy. Give them massive value during awareness for their contact information. Remember, a business owner, you are not a content creator. You are not creating content for content's sake. You are creating content for your business. So, and your strategy is to give them so much value that they can give you their contact details. So the third one we're talking about is activation. Now, somebody has given you the permission to solve their problem. How long does it take you to solve their problem? There's something called the 5-second rule for brand trust. And this rule states that, you see, it only takes 5 seconds for your brand to lose trust in the eye of a customer if they don't get value. The first 5 seconds, if your customers don't get value from the first 5 seconds that they interact with your business, and it doesn't have to be something that costs you, it can be a free program. For example, let's go back to our fabric business now. It can be an ebook, or maybe it can be a template. Something that you can even design with ChatGPT. That as somebody fills their form, immediately they get it in their email. Or as they come into the WhatsApp, immediately it sends it to them. You automate it so that they get something instantly, that they can read more about what you are doing. Right? It can be an ebook. It can be a template. Yes, it can be a brochure. It can be a short video, a short training, a masterclass, right? Pre-recorded training. We did that when we were launching SoPro, right? And it brought us over about 10,000 leads. Okay. Right now we have over 6,000. No, we have over 7,000. We crossed 6,000, 7,000 yesterday. We have over 7,000 users from across 5 different countries in less than 3 months, right? Big brands who have big budgets are not doing it. Why? The system is just this thing I'm showing you. When we're creating awareness, in acquisition, we're collecting contacts. And when we're collecting contact, we're activating them immediately. There was a video they were getting on their email. Simple video that I did. I recorded how to generate 3 to 5 million naira as a fashion business owner without sitting on the sewing machine. If you're a fashion designer, won't you click it? I say generate 3 to 5 million naira without sitting on the sewing machine, won't you click? And I recorded the video. I didn't have to sit down to record anymore. So that is what activation. They are getting value instantly. There are some business owners, you come into their funnel and you become redundant. Nothing is happening. They are not saying anything. You enter their group, they don't say anything. You are expecting people to, as they enter your group, you're expecting them to just say to buy. Even if you are selling shoes, footwear, immediately they enter your group, there should be something. Maybe something, if the Telegram group is pinned in the bio, how to know your shoe size. A simple template. Right? How to know the right bed sheet for a particular mood. It can be something you have to think deeply. And if you don't know, if you can't think, you can use, that's where AI comes in. You can even have prompt it to help you to think. But of course, you understand your business. So remember, activation is not sign up. Activation is not sign up. Because some people mistake it that when they have given you their contact details. Giving you their contact details is acquisition. Activation means they experience some form of value. No matter how small, they experience some form of value. And you must shorten that gap as a business owner. that when somebody gives you their information, they quickly experience a value so that they can make a decision that this person is a person I want to buy from when the person is selling something. Do you get it? Is this person I want to buy? Because there are so many people in that your niche that is showing them, that is buying that same attention. So you want to beat them quickly. Because those other business owners are hoping and praying on luck to succeed. You have given them some form of value, right? And you because it's free doesn't mean it has to be something that is worthless. Okay, make it this thing valuable. So, like I said, shorten the gap between hello and the result. Make the first 24 hours of your customer journey flawless. First 24 hours. Shorten the gap and make it very, very interesting. So, having said that, the next thing is, so in activation, if 600 people give you a contact, most likely activation, maybe it will also drop to maybe 300. Okay? So, you see, where's your goal? Because this one makes you a business. Okay? This one makes you a business. It means if I want to increase this, what should I do? I increase this. If I increase this, this will increase. If this increase, this will increase. It's always a number. Can you see? So now the next thing is retention. Retention is the way you build true wealth. Keeping those people. New customers are always expensive to acquire. But you see, old customers, they are free. Because if I bought from you and I'm coming to buy again, you didn't pay anything to acquire me a second time. You didn't pay anything to acquire me a second time. I already trusted you, so I'm buying again. So, but new customer, and as a business owner, you can't survive only on acquiring new customers every time. Because you see, you can't just keep increasing your ad budget. Like I said, if you know what you are doing as a business owner, over time, your ad spend should be dropping. Over time. At the first instance, your ad spend will be going so high, except you are expanding into a new market, a new territory. Then you pump it again. But over time, if you know what you are doing, as your retention increases, your ad spend goes down. So there's something called churn rate. Churn rate is the rate at which people leave your business. You should always work at reducing your churn rate. The rate at which somebody enters your business and leaves, you should try to reduce it. Always try to reduce your churn rate. And how you do that is by what? Quickly activating them, giving them some form of value so that they see reasons to stay. They see reasons to stay. You must always give them reasons to stay so that you are not always on the journey of acquiring new customers. Because if you lose 10% of your customers every month, it means for you to remain at equilibrium, you must always spend more to acquire at least 10% more customers. Do you get it? So remember, the goal is to build a moat. A moat is a competitive advantage. It's your competitive advantage. What makes you competitive? Build that competitive advantage with your customers, providing them with world-class service. As a small business owner, be excellent. Deliver with excellence. Build your competitive advantage. Your competitive advantage could be speed. Speed in customer service, speed in response. It may not be that your product is better than the other person. In fact, you may be selling more expensive, but you respond fast. That's a competitive advantage. That other person is taking them 72 hours to respond. I don't know why you are a business owner, your data is off. I still cannot get it. Like, you off data. I can't understand it. Even at 12, let your data be all true. That's your machine. You are a business owner, you put your phone on do not disturb. And you don't have support. Make it easy for customers to reach you at any time. You see, I see small business owners, when they want to start, they say, I need a customer support line. I need a customer. You don't even need a customer. Use your personal line. Let customers have that feel that they are talking to the CEO. They are talking to the owner. There's this peace they have that if I have a problem, I'll call you, I'll hold you. Give them that confidence that you can reach them at any time. Most small business owners complicate the process. They've not done anything. They say, the reason I want to buy a new phone so that I can use for customer support. You don't have money for a new phone yet. Use your old number. Use it and grow into it. Even at 7,000 users in SoPro, I call customers with my number. I call them. I say, you're speaking with the founder of SoPro. And they are excited. Eh? So make it easy for customers to reach you, to access you, to lay their complaint. How many of you notice what happened with this trending news? Born bread. Right? You see how poor customer service can ruin a person's business? They could have managed the situation properly and skyrocketed sales. I'm not a prophet. I'm not seeing their numbers, but I know sales will have gone down. I'm not seeing their numbers, but I know sales will have gone down. Sales will have gone down. Because Nigerians like, protest vote. Yeah, you they fight our own, we no go buy from you. They don't need a logical reason not to buy from you. Nigeria, you they buy from her, I go buy from her. You know they buy from her, we know they buy from her. So many years later, but the conversation should have been that they are talking about you so that they can buy more from you. Not talking about you that you are oppressing a customer, because you didn't make it easy for customers to actually reach you. Some people grow so big that they grow so bigger than their customers. Don't ever, as a business owner, grow bigger than your customer. Your customers are the reason you are in business. Because you have made small change now, if your customers cannot reach you, so they talk you, even end the phone. Who are you? Of course, customers can be very, very insensitive at some point, right? But it doesn't mean at no point should you ever be rude to a customer. At no point. So, like I say, your competitive advantage could be your speed. Your competitive advantage could be don't ever try to compete with price as a small business owner. A big business will always beat you up to it. If you keep reducing your price, it means you don't know what you're doing. You've not found your competitive advantage. A bigger business can always do it cheaper, right? So you must find other things to compete with. And one of the easy areas to compete with, even in customer service, like I said, is speed, access, customer access to you. Now, uniqueness of your product, that's something else. That's if you find something unique, again, another unique area in your business, or like a loophole, and you feel it, right? Especially with using technology. Now, let's move over to, so retention, probably you will have retained, let's say, if you're good enough, you probably will have retained, let's use 180. Okay? So you see it's going down from 1,000. Now, the next thing is referral. Now, what you want to do is that you want to turn every customer that you have in your business to an evangelist. That's what you want to do. An evangelist. Oh, who is an evangelist? They bear the news of, yes, they keep spreading the news. That's what you want your customers to be. You want them. And once your customers turn into evangelists, your ad spend goes down. You will no longer need, but you no longer need what GP will teach you as much. The reason you will need it very well now is because your customers are not evangelists. Or except you have, like I said earlier on, you are breaking into a new market. You are breaking into a new market, pumping, increase your ad spend. And just to say, digress a little, some business owners are not willing to spend money on their business. They are not willing to spend money. You can buy, you can buy a new wig for yourself as a girl, but you can't put 10K to run ads. You can't put 100K to run. It looks as though you are wasting the money. It's because you don't know, you don't believe in the business. And see, if you don't believe in the business, right, look for another business that you believe in and put your whole heart to it. Put your whole heart to it. So you want your customers to become evangelists. Now, if they become evangelists, what it does is that it creates a network effect in your business where you have one customer bringing one customer. It creates that network effect. And as it keeps going, for example, one customer bring one customer this month. Imagine if every customer in your business is bringing one customer every month. You will not be growing arithmetically. You will be growing what? Geometrically. Because if this month one customer brings one, the next month, there are already two customers. They each bring one. You already have four. If the next month they bring one, you have four more added to your business. It keeps going. There's that network effect in your business. And how to do this is to create a referral system in your business. Create a referral system. Every business is using it. Create a referral system in your business. Let's go back to our fabric business. Create a referral system. It could be that if somebody buys from you now, tell them there and there that if you introduce one more person, you get a 10% discount on your next purchase. It can be that. Or you get an added pillowcase on your next purchase. It can be something very basic. So, but create a referral system, because that is a system that can create that network effect in your business. Create a referral system around your business, no matter how small it is. Create a referral system. That also leads to you having, like I said earlier on, unpaid staff in your team, unpaid sales staff, marketing staff. When you tell people that if you refer one person to buy this, you get this, they take it upon themselves and they continue to do it. As long as you continue delivering value, those people keep doing it. They become unpaid staff for you. They are members of your staff, but you don't pay them. Okay, melanin pine. You see? That's very That's a very good business. This is a very good business owner to learn from. You see, some people start a parfait business, say, parfait is not moving. She brought an ordinary product. There's no invention. You don't have to build spaceship. You don't have to build a space. You don't have to build an AI machine or something. Very simple and basic product. You can just take and go over the board with it. That's what the woman did with her parfait, melanin pie. She promoted it. They are still promoting awareness to the point that you and I know her by force. Before you even finish mentioning, we all know who you're talking about. Do you understand? Are there no other parfait people here? If you step out in this Jabi, there are so many parfait businesses. But you don't know them. It's expensive. She's the most expensive. She's one of the most expensive. She sells one of the most expensive parfait in Abuja. But she sells more than people who are selling lower. That's why I say stop competing based on price. Price is compete based on value. So you may know that she sells higher, but you want to buy from her because she is providing value. And the offer is enticing. And she now added the referral system. You buy 10 times. So what is she doing to you psychologically? If you buy one, it's not enough. You buy another one. So you, in your mind, you're already targeting that 10. You want to hit it before the end of the year because I won't get that thing which they talk. Coca-Cola and all this bottling, they used it on us. They say, if you buy one bottle, there's an R. If you buy another bottle, you see A. So before you know, you drink this and say, I don't get R. I'm looking for A now. You keep drinking. You see, it's a simple reference. You keep drinking. You say, you man, go buy. I'm full now. You buy. You get A. You go measure. It's a simple system, right? So you want to turn your customers to evangelists. So if this is happening, you probably would keep maybe, let's say, you probably may have like maybe, let's say 90 of them, half of them referring for you if you do it well, right? And lastly, this is very, very important. Script the experience. Don't wait for customers to give you testimonials. Don't assume that customers will give you testimonials. Nigerians, for one, will not give you. Nigerians will chop and clean mouth. Ask them for testimonials. Script it. Script it. Reach out. Are you willing to share your testimonial? In fact, before they finish making the purchase, ask them for a testimonial. Ask. Most people will give you. It could be over a recorded call. It could be over a video call. A simple video call that you will record. It could be text. It could be them posting a review on their page that you have to screen grab and use for further retention. Just ensure script the experience. Script it. Don't leave it to them. And some Nigerians, if you leave it to them, you don't script it, they will say nonsense. They will say nonsense that doesn't serve your product. Script it. Like, where were you before you got our product? When you got our product, where did it take you to? That's a simple scripting. So you have told them, maybe tell them something, please, in that video, state your name, what you do, where you were before you got our product, what our product did to you, and where you are now. You've given them a script. So that they don't just start blabbing. Before you know, they mention Tinubu, they mention their father's problem. They are mentioning things that are not relevant to your business growth. So script the experience. Having said that, the last thing is now revenue. You now need to sell profitably. You have a revenue system. At the end of the day, probably you get 50 of this. So you see how this came down from 1,000 to 50 to just make 50 sales. So it means if I want to make 1,000 sales, I need to increase this. If I increase this by 10%, I most likely will affect my revenue by what? 10%. That's how to think about your business. So when you look at your business, you now need to find out where it's broken. What is broken in your business? So sell profitably. So in selling, sell the after